I just don't care about the backup quarterback, dude. I never have. I never will.
Cam Newton, per se, making his way to the Lions roster.
Stop. That fumble against Atlanta, you lost the game. Mm-hmm. You're the quarterback, dude. You turned it over when you absolutely could not turn it over. That's it. It's a wrap.
To me, the fire's lit because the coach says, one of these guys got to step up, and if they don't, I don't get what I want. I might have to go find somebody else.
Still have like fun games where they'll have like a pig running, and then there's like butchers chasing them with axes and stuff.
Okay, great talk, Fish.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this Lions quarterback thing kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, it came out of nowhere until Dan Cam, like, it was quiet, like nothing was said. Then Dan Campbell decided when asked the question, and this is, to me, this is sort of the next level coaching, but the transparency or whatever else that what isn't good enough. To me, what he's telling me is his backup quarterback play is not good enough to what his expectations are from being here last year to either having a concept of the offense even more or the comfortability. And, you know, in talking about that, what it came down to, people who are around this team, it might just be because when have Tim Boyle and David Blau got a lot of the first team reps and stuff like that, there's something got to be to it. Now, to me, the fire's lit because the coach says one of these guys got to step up, and if they don't, I don't get what I want. I might have to go find somebody else. We know that they've done that in the past.
Right.
They're not afraid to pull a guy off the couch.
Look, you know where I stand with it too. I don't participate in the backup quarterback, led the team down the field in May OTAs and sliced the defense and scored touch. You know, I don't participate in that. However, here's what I do take out of this, and what I like about this is exactly what D-Mac said right there. I like this because it's not good enough, and it's not, because this whole Blau versus Boyle argument, I watch Blau turn the ball over continually. Preseason, when he plays in season. I mean, I just do. Okay? So what it's telling me is exactly what it's telling you, that it's not good enough, and we will go fix this.
Right.
We will, and if it's somebody off the street, or somebody from the Canadian Football League, the Arena League, wherever, we will go fix this, and we will go get somebody else. I do like that. If
and
anything,
I believe him.
And I believe him too.
That's the difference too, right? He ain't throwing garbage like the past regime at you to the fact that I'm smarter than you, I'm better. No, what you're seeing isn't good enough, dude. We are in no position to give up games by fumbling a snap. Mm-hmm. That's got to be on lockdown. All the little things,
It can't be us.
Right.
It can't. The mistake can't be from us.
And it goes back to like those sort of mistakes or stuff, or the stuff that we are so used to. That's got to change. That we can't see. It's the pre-snap penalties. It's the mental mistakes. We have to be as mentally tough as we are physically tough, right? And that's a process to it. And being mentally tough is one of these guys has got to take the reins, or else if they can't do it, I'll find somebody else that can. That's exactly what I heard out of Dan Campbell's mouth.
What do you think about Cam Newton, per se, making his way to the Lions roster?
Stop.
Would you rather have Cam Newton or Tim Boyle?
What's Cam Newton's? You know, it all comes down to price for me, man.
Yeah, that's fair.
It all comes down to price. I'd just rather have somebody off the street because I think we've seen enough from Cam Newton. And look, I'm not a Newton hater. Like, there are a lot. Yeah. Dude was a league MVP, won a national championship in college. I know people like to act like the Auburn,
one of the best collegiate football seasons of all time.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And that's fair. But that the sun has set on that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
He's fine. It's just, for me, it's the numbers thing. And I'm not looking to put resources in it, because if your backup quarterback's playing, it's over anyway, OVA.
But Ethan Brown says it's great. Blau and Boyle are really fighting for QB3. Neither of them are QB2. I share those sentiments, right? I share those sentiments that if Goff went down, to your point that, well, we're screwed anyways, but I would much rather have somebody that I look to. To your point about Cam Newton, it's price point. Yeah. To what Neil says, because if he could come in and do the job at a cheap price, that's a guy that could use whatever he's got left and his experience, and could probably Cam Newton on this roster could probably win you a couple games.
Exactly.
That's what I'm looking for. But I think to the point that we were talking about before about who's getting cut, about the dollar and stuff like this, I think when it comes down to it, the money's more important because of what you need to do on the other side of the ball, and that's defense. Don't you think, Neil, that if any money's to be spent or that you have to improve, you're looking on the defensive side of the ball? Right? You don't have the luxury to pay a backup quarterback.
They brought in Malcolm Brown yesterday. Malcolm Brown, defensive tackle, brought him sat him down. I don't know if anything came from it, but Levi's probably going to miss a couple games. Obviously, we know Romeo's on the pup. Julian's going to be out for a little bit. So we might need someone up. Obviously, Pascal as well is going to miss some games. So I wouldn't mind bringing him in. That's a guy who's been all over the league and has been a good player everywhere he's been.
Yeah, and the Levi thing that's disappointing, but you can't hit every single and I know people are going to spin that to fit whatever narrative they want, like, oh, he's hurt. Hey, man, they're not all hits, dude.
Availability.
Yeah, there's going to be some attrition. That's just the way that it works. And I just don't care about the backup quarterback, dude. I never have. I never will, because again, you change my mind, dude.
What about Sean Hill?
Oh, those were great days.
Sean Hill was a legend, man.
Those were great days, weren't they? But I like the idea, the principle of Dan Campbell and the organization to say this isn't good enough. Like that fumble against Atlanta, I think sealed David Blau's fate.
Yeah.
You lost the game. And was it on you 100%? I don't know. I wasn't there. But that doesn't matter. You're the quarterback, dude. You turned it over when you absolutely could not turn it over. That's it. It's a wrap.
Don't have the luxury.
Don't have the luxury.
Don't have the luxury of doing stuff like that. So, but this is part of the process in building. These are the steps that have to be taken. And here's the thing: there's opportunity, and a lot of times the opportunity of some of these guys that have been journeymen that have played around this league could come in if they have the right attitude. A lot of times you're talking about Brown. If they bring in these veteran guys, it's because the coaches know the people that they are and what they'll get as far as the work ethic to fit right into what they're trying to preach. So, we call whether you call him a stopgap or a guy that's going to be here for a little bit, doesn't have to be. But it's also too is what's proven in the past is if you go out and earn your contract, you'll get something. And I really like looking at it more what Brad Holmes has done in the shorter term contracts. Guys like a Charles Harris that we see. You prove it, then you get some money.
And that's exactly, Malcolm Brown is one of those guys like that super, Brad Holmes guy, like under 30, former first round pick, guy who just got cut. Like you could bring him in, maybe
Charles Harris
type reclamation guy. Like I wouldn't mind it.
And you got to hear before we go to break. Here's the thing too, right? On the low, heads are turning towards Detroit now as far as players for opportunity, right? It's not the crap hole that it used to be. The players see that there might be something here, and that goes to Brad Holmes.
And whatever that pathway is, it's a pathway. If you're a former first round pick and you see a pathway,
when you're looking and now it's like I can rejuvenate and have something and use it, get my career back on track instead of going, oh my God. It's you're just going to end up in misery, not make the playoffs, and you're just going for a paycheck.